What's up, guys? It's Geo, and welcome back to another Geo Talks meta. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the recent decision by Smogon to suspect Aegislash. I'll jump to their first post here that talks about suspecting Aegislash, and you guys are going to see my view here in a minute. But anyway, so basically they're going to suspect Aegislash. We have 2 weeks from the, 2 weeks from the time I'm recording this video. And you have to have a coil rating of 2,700 more on the OU suspect test ladder, which is kind of a lot, but you know, it's going to be whatever. And basically, a lot of people have been making a lot of claims and stuff, and I'm just going to jump into my viewpoint because this is Geotalks meta. So, I did give a very, very long answer to this one just because I do think it does require a lot of thought, because Aegislash is a Pokemon that there really isn't another like duplicate of. There's not like a twin of it like a Deoxys, or there's not like another Pokemon that could potentially fill its role. Aegislash is Aegislash. It's the only, like, its evolutionary line is the only Ghost Dark type, and there's no other Pokemon with stance change. So I felt that it was important to define a lot of the wordage and definition that a lot of people were discussing throughout the thread, and a lot of people, or one person got kind of mad at me for that, but you know, it's whatever. So the first word I chose to define and interpret is over-centralization. And the reason I chose to define over-centralization is that over-centralization is one of the biggest issues for voting on Aegislash, because people are claiming, oh, like, it restricts team building, it's too over-centralizing, and every team has to have a counter to Aegislash. So basically what I highlighted here in the definitions that are known is to bring under one control, and the reason I chose this definition and to highlight this part is because it specifies that it's just one control, and that Aegislash would be the sole factor for over-centralization, again, one agency and a center. And basically, in my interpretation, I talked about in order for Aegislash to be considered over-centralizing, every team would need to carry a distinct and unique check to Aegislash. Basically, it would have to be much like Baton Pass. Every team would have to carry some small little thing just for Aegislash. And in my opinion, people don't have to, because like Landorus I and Landorus T carry Earthquake and Earth Power. Charizard Y carries Fire Blast. Heatran carries Lava Plume. These things all have the potential to check and or counter Aegislash. And I basically said, as opposed to a broader answer, i.e. I carry Earthquake for Steel Fire and Rock types, not just Aegislash. And basically, I also had to give reasons to prefer my interpretation in this definition, because if they don't have any reason to prefer it over someone else's definition, then there's no reason to weigh my post whatsoever. And basically I said the first is education. Setting us up on one set of terms allows for like a broader depth of debate and a broader depth of conversation about the metagame, which I said thus results in us making the correct decision, because I think the more we actually talk about the real issues and not just like argue over, oh, well, that was dumb or that was dumb, then like we actually get things done. Also, I have specific wording and gives both sides ground. And then the second thing that I chose to discuss was the term broken, because that's also thrown around very loosely. And the only one that really matters here is not functioning properly, out of working order. So I said, right here, in this case, we will assume that Aegislash creates a metagame that isn't in working order and becomes unhealthy. So for Aegislash to be considered broken, it must be the sole reason for an unhealthy metagame, and that is the reason we should ban it. If there's other and basically what I went on to say is that they can't defend like multiple worlds where they say, oh, Aegislash is broken, also this is broken, also this is broken, and you can't just ban Aegislash. You have to defend one world where Aegislash and all the other broken things are banned, because they have to stay in the same tier to keep each other in check. Also, so I went on to answer arguments for banning Aegislash, and argument number one, which is like the one that was made early on, is like it essentially has base 720 stats. And for those of you guys who like don't see how it doesn't have base 720 stats, because I didn't really see it at first either, is that basically in shield form it has base 150 defenses on both sides, and in blade form it has base 150 attack on both sides. meaning that it gets up to 600 through there, 60 in HP, 60 in speed, gets it up to about 720. Basically what I said, it's not broken, even though it can go on the fly. It's very, very predictable. You can set up on Aegislash, you can hit it with status ailments, and it's very prone to revenge killing and has very common weaknesses, which means that its stats don't necessarily matter that much. And argument number 2 that people are making on it is that it's horribly over-centralizing. However, the fact is teams carry, and I said right here, the fact is teams carry broader checks that are used for other mons barring Aegislash. Aegislash doesn't require specific checks. Aegislash is prone to Earthquake, super common, and Lava Plume / Flamethrower / Fire Blast, which are all super common. People who attack Aegislash for being over-centralizing often fail to see the true definition of over-centralizing. See definition and trip above. Also no reasons to refer. Another argument that people were making is that it has no true checks, and I'll go into another reason down here, which is it has too many moves. But basically, I messed up my tags right here because I am just an absolute beast. But basically, I gave the offensive wall-breaking Life Orb variant, I gave a ton of checks, and I didn't say any counters, but because there's not a whole lot that hard counters a set, but there's a lot that checks it, because there's other Pokemon like that there's nothing that really comes in and is an absolute hard counter to Landorus Eye, because Landorus Eye has such a wide move pool, it's hard to counter. However, that also backfires in a 4 move slot syndrome. We also have SD here. The SD Aegislash checks being Landorus Eye, Mamoswine, Garchomp, Kyurem Black. Counters, I forgot to put Mega Pinsir in here, but the counters being Lando T, Zardwa, and Wall-Breaking Aegislash. Then we have Subtoxic, which is arguably one of the more broken sets, and but it also has the most counters, which are Poison types, namely Megasaur, that's super common on Stall, Heatran, super common on Stall, Bisharp. This set really can't touch Bisharp whatsoever, can't touch Clefable whatsoever, can't really touch Excadrill, can't really stop SD Scizor or Mega Scizor from just setting up in its face. Also, argument 4 is that it has too many moves. However, that's an easy turn, because if it has too many moves, then 4 move slot syndrome prevents Aegislash from being able to check everything and being the one dominant over centralizing force in the metagame, and thus there's no reason to ban it for having too many moves. Also, a lot of mons can run more than 4 moves. The example I gave is Latios. Latios occasionally runs Earthquake for Heatran. It can run Dragon Pulse, it can run Draco, it can run Surf, T-Bolt, Psychic, Psyshock, HP Fire, Trick, Defog, Roost, but it doesn't deserve a ban just because it has more than 4 reliable moves. Also, reasons to keep Aegislash. Reason number 1 is a bit shaky, but I also think it's one of the bigger impacts we have to moving Aegislash up is that more Megas will be banned or more Pokemon in general will be banned if Aegislash goes, because then there's going to be one less reliable check to Talonflame, and Talonflame's just going to run House, and then reason number 2, it's good but not broken. It's one of the best Pokemon in OU. I'm not denying that whatsoever. But it has enough checks and we can already talk about the interpretations and stuff to show why it's not really broken. And then I got a response right here basically saying, okay, I was wrong, formatting, blah blah blah. And teams do have to carry a distinct check to Aegislash. I disagree on that. You can just run Earthquake and stuff. Basically, yeah. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say. In my opinion, I don't think they should ban Aegislash. My opinion may change as I continue to ladder on the Suspect ladder as it did with Deoxys. But, I'll keep you guys posted. And I accidentally hit the wall there. That was incredibly smooth. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, as it really does help show support for the video and what I'm doing here on the channel. Additionally, make sure to answer today's comment question of the video, which is, do you guys think Aegislash should be banned? After that, make sure to subscribe if you guys are enjoying the constant content. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip-flop.